Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Steve, and I'm here to make a video today about my content curation strategy. So, thanks for watching. This is definitely part of my micusmarketing.com website, so you should definitely check it out if you want to learn a little bit more about it. The reason why I decided to make this video is because it's a very powerful white hat strategy that you can use to grow traffic to any website really quickly. Okay? There are two main ways you can go about doing this, which we're going to cover throughout this training video. The first is by using content that is written, and the second is by using video content. And you can actually kind of hybrid them both and get a really good outcome. So I'm just going to go ahead and give a really brief overview about this. I would definitely recommend going back and reading the PowerPoint presentation maybe without listening to me because I talk a lot and you might get a little bit more out of it. So I'm going to give a quick overview of the presentation. I'm going to go in and actually talk about why I think these things are important. So if you don't know what content curation is, it's important to define it. It's to act as a curator of, organize, and oversee. The best thing that I can say is to think of yourself and your job as a marketer or SEO or website owner or whatever you are. Think of yourself as a museum curator. I have here that it's a museum curator's job to collect things, organize them, and present them in a meaningful way to the world. This is exactly what we're going to be doing with the content that goes onto our websites, okay? What we're basically going to do is we're going to act as the curator and we're going to kind of monitor everything and we're going to make sure that it's really high quality, just as, a world famous museum would have on display. Okay, so before we get a little bit deeper, think about the news. They do a really good job of doing this, actually. So, what a news network typically does is a story breaks, they'll all run out and they'll report on that story. And then they'll basically syndicate it to their audience, to their viewers. So, you might have a couple of different networks like ABC, CBS, whatever, go out and cover a news story. They put their own personal opinions, they put, their bias and whatever they want to on that story, and then they syndicate it over their network. Um, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking content and sharing it almost in the same exact way. Okay, so um, why do I use this strategy? I use it because it provides an awful lot of inspiration and it sparks a lot of creativity. When we get to the bonus that's mentioned a little bit later on here, you're going to see why, more specifically, why it allows you to have a lot of inspiration while doing this. But I started using this strategy because I noticed that Google started to rank a lot of videos for related queries that I was working with in a lot of my niches. The best comparison that I can make this to is if you've ever Googled a product before to buy, you'll notice that Google these days now actually will offer the product up and they'll have it part of the Google Shopping Network. So for example, if you type in, buy iPad or iPad 3GS or whatever the hell it is, you'll see like kind of an option to buy it through a retailer, for example. But what I've noticed is that these days, when you Google something, you will notice a lot of video results, for example. And what this does is it basically tells me that these videos are something that the users are consuming for that particular keyword, which is important to keep in mind when we're doing content curation. Uh, Let me keep going on here. Is this duplicate content? It's a really hot button to push with anybody who's a webmaster or marketer or anybody that does SEO. My answer is that this is not a duplicate content strategy for one specific reason. Think back to our news site kind of analogy, where what we're basically doing is we're going out like this museum curator to find all of the best content on the internet. And then what we're doing is we're taking this content and yes, we're putting it on our website, but I don't ever recommend that you do it in the sense that you just copy and paste it. That's not what this is about. What we really want to do is we want to amass a great amount of content that's going to provide a lot of value to our users, right? We just covered that. How do I actually curate content to increase my traffic? I'll do it one of two ways. I'll actually go ahead and curate content based on keywords in a niche that I want to target. This is basic keyword research. Whether I'm doing it through written things or through video things, if, for example, I want to rank for the keyword, I don't know, internet marketing tips, I can go out and do one of two things. I can see what's already ranking really well for internet marketing tips, and I can basically take pieces of that content and include it within my blog post. But the most important thing that you want to do is you always want to include a link back to the content that you are kind of copying. Because the number one most important thing that you can do these days, especially post Panda and Penguin, is to actually link out to authority sites. It is massively important because that in turn will actually give your website authority and trust. This is really why I've kind of brainstormed this strategy. So what I'll also do, more so 9 times out of 10, is I'll actually look for the keywords that my website is already ranking for and receiving traffic for, and something like StatCounter or Google Analytics. And then I'll take these keywords and then I will Google them and I will see what comes up. And I will slowly begin to curate the best written content. I'll slowly begin to curate the best videos. I will do all of these things. I want to be the number one most trusted resource for those keywords, right? The first thing that like I said before, I will always include a link back to the source. I have really, noticed within my own websites that doing this helps you tremendously. The internet doesn't work like a marketer thinks sometimes, where, I just want to hoard PageRank because I'm going to be able to rank if I link out to somebody else. I'm never going to rank. No, don't think like that. You can take my word or not, but I'm telling you, it is massively important to link out to authority sites. Again, this is why the content curation strategy is going to help you increase your traffic, because not only are you essentially giving Google and the search engines what they want and expect, which is linking out to authority websites, but you're also proving that you're legitimate. You're not a spammer just looking to make sales, because remember, in the natural world of the internet, what do sites do in the first place? They link to each other, they source each other, they cite each other. This is exactly what we're doing, right? Okay, so like I said before, I will copy pieces of the article, but I'll never say, I'll never take a 500-word article verbatim, throw it onto a website of mine, and then add 50 words or, like 150 unique words. No, that's not what this is about. You can't be lazy. You really should know your niche. You should really be an expert inside and out. You really have to flex your critical thinking abilities here. And you almost have to follow the reasoning processes of these articles and inject your own thoughts, your own criticisms, what you like about them, what you don't like about them. You really, again, have to become sort of the number one place to go to for information in your niche. And that's what we're trying to do here. For videos, I absolutely love this strategy, again, like I've been saying, because videos present you this really unique opportunity to basically take them, insert them into a blog post or onto your website, and then you can really work magic by going through that video, pulling quotes, putting them in text, writing in response to some things that happen in the video, writing in response to the quotes that you pulled through the video. What this is basically allowing you to do is create a lot of really valuable and good free content based around these videos, right? And a lot of the videos on the internet don't have this source where they've sort of been transcribed. So when you do this for videos, you're going to be able to create a lot of unique content really fast for this, right? Again, another tip that I'll use is that I will provide a written summary of a lot of the major points that go on throughout the video. And I'll also do that with unique content, which I'll give more examples of later. Another tip that I'll use is if I'm curating a video, I can actually watch 5 videos and kind of write down the main points and curate them in a video all of its own. The number one thing I would recommend, though, is anytime you start working with videos, don't create a video and then just throw it up onto your blog, because it's not going to work. The whole name of the game is to get unique content, get unique words around that video, because you're giving the search engine something to rank you for. Again, the strategy that I use is to really look at the incoming keywords and phrases that I'm getting through my analytics, and then I'll go out and create my own unique content, yes, but I can also, not run out of ideas essentially by curating content as well. What not to do. You don't want to be an a-hole. You don't want to go out and ruin this, because it's not going to work anyway. The whole Panda and Penguin thing, what one of the major update changes to that were they really targeted people that were just scraping articles and throwing them onto crappy websites. I mean, you just can't do that anymore, and that's not what I'm advocating here. I'm really stressing the importance of creating really high-end A-grade content for your visitors, because this is what the search engines want and this is what your visitors want. Doesn't matter if you're selling a product or a service or yourself, you have to fulfill what people are looking for. And with this day and age, you're not going to be able to hide behind BS tactics anymore. People are going to understand who you are. They're going to see through you. How to successfully do this, I'll just give you a quick, rundown of what I did. I went through my analytics for micusmarketing.com, and I actually saw a keyword query for content curation strategy. Now, where did that come from? I wrote another post completely unrelated, included that term, started to rank for it. Here I am now creating a great video resource on it that is going to be followed by an article that I'm going to curate for my own video, right? Let me just get into a quick summary here, and I'll go over some of the main points again, because I've got this 15-minute time limit. A quick bonus I want to give you guys is RSS feeds, okay? I want you to set up an RSS feed with all the major authority sites in the niches that you're playing in. Because what these RSS feeds are going to do is every time these authority sites post an article, your RSS feed is going to collect them, okay? All of the RSS feeds I have set up basically give me something like 300 unique article ideas per day. Okay, I don't even have enough time in the day to curate content anymore, because, again, this is going back to that inspiration and creativity I told you guys about. You are never going to have a shortage of it. It is always going to be there. You'll never run out of ideas doing this. Okay, so let me go ahead and tie this all back together, and I apologize if it's kind of rushed and I'm skipping around, but it's a really broad topic and I don't have a lot of time, so please go over the presentation, if anything, without listening to me. But here's what I'll generally do. In the case of written content curation, I'll search through my RSS feed for the day, I'll find a really good keyword, I'll search for that keyword, and I'll make sure it has a lot of good social engagement. Say people are commenting on it, people are liking it, people are doing everything to interact with that piece. I will curate it. I will take main points from that article that I like, include it into a blog post, and link back to that original article. Throughout my new blog post where I'm curating that content, I'm essentially I don't want to say criticizing it, but I'm going over it and demonstrating my critical thinking abilities to analyze it. I'll say what I like, what I don't like, why this is good, why this is bad. And then, I'll even go back to the original article and comment on it if it's a really socially engaging thing, and expose others to my work too. I mean, these are great white hat tactics, okay? For videos, I do this with videos all the time. I absolutely love this. I can't tell you how much traffic I've generated. I'll watch a video on YouTube. I'll take that video and I'll begin to write a blog post around the general keyword or topic or theme. What I'm going to do is I'm going to summarize and inject my own thoughts, my own opinions, and what have you around that video into this article, right? Again, the great thing about video is that these videos are usually not transcribed anywhere else on the internet. I can create a 1,000-word piece of content in just a couple of minutes just going over these exercises with videos. So I'll include the video, I will include the content, and I will go ahead and publish that blog post. And again, I'll go out to all the sites that are talking about it, that are currently ranking for it, and I'll comment, I'll try to engage, I'll try to build a really good relationship with that webmaster, because it works really well. This strategy is something you don't want to abuse in the sense that I'm saying don't literally go out and copy things and add no value. That's not what this is about. You need to demonstrate why you're different. You need to demonstrate why, how can you add to this conversation? How can you add to this discussion about this keyword? How can you take what is being talked about and improve on it based upon what you know? That is what we're doing here. It definitely helps, again, if you're in a niche that's very socially engaging. It helps if you are in niches that require a lot of, analysis or breakdown or how-tos. I mean, anything. The sky's the limit. These are generally the points and the principles that I'll follow. I will definitely do my best to make more specific and less compact and cluttered videos. But whatever, check out micusmarketing.com. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll create more. Okay? Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.